ecstasy. No one else, it seems, could make me care. What is left is just a memory that's so empty and so unfair. Melody, I'll write another melody, and this time from the start you'll see I'll write it from the heart, and words that say come to me, stay with me. Won't you stay with me? No one else could fill my life with ecstasy. No one else, it seems, could make me care. What is left is just a memory that's so empty and so unfair. Melody, I'll write another melody, and this time from the start you'll see I'll write it from the heart, and words that say come to me, words that say come to me, stay with me. Won't you stay with me? Stay with me.
Oh, got it. Good morning, South Florida, and welcome to the breakfast at the Brooklyn Cafe TV.
Take a deep breath and a good whiff of that coffee brewing. Grab yourself some toast, a donut, or any breakfast. As Dawn and Freddie get you up and ready for the rest of your day.
So I grabbed myself and called 888-994-4995 to share a tip of the day.
Or just to say good morning.
So get ready for the time of your life.
Shake off your sleepies, buckle up, because it's
Showtime!
showtime.
Welcome to the Brooklyn Cafe Morning Show.
Good morning.
How are you?
Happy Friday to you.
I gotta tell you, I almost didn't make it. I wasn't feeling too hot this morning.
Should have told me and taken the morning off.
Nah, I didn't take no morning off. I'm rebounding, ready to rock and roll. We got a big day today.
I know, but you could have taken the morning off.
Today is Holy Friday for those of you who follow that whole thing.
And it is the first night of Passover for others. And
For the
it
others?
is a day of peace.
Yes.
So we're going to celebrate today a day of peace for everybody.
Well, we're going to give it a shot anyway.
Well, we do every day.
We're going to give it a shot because, Baba Louie is in the
Baba
house.
Louie's for a day of peace, friendship, community, and family. We've got the Rhythm Chicks joining us later in the day, so we've got a big show coming up.
I'm looking forward to that. And if a lot of people, if everybody who said they're going to show up showed up, we're going to have to take out 50 chairs.
J&M Productions, good, because I got to take about 50 of them back to my house for the weekend. I'm kidding, I only need 4.
take off 50.
I know, I'm not having 50 people for dinner. I just need 4 more.
We'll put them in, but somebody's gonna help you take them out.
I don't know. I seem to be able to hang paintings on a 6-foot ladder, so I can take the chairs out of my car.
No comment.
No comment. Anyway, happy Friday to you.
Happy Friday to you. You ready to rock and roll today?
Ready to rock and roll today. I was watching my morning show this morning, and Hoda Kotb and Savannah Guthrie were inducted into the Broadcasting and Cable TV Hall of Fame. And the message that Hoda delivered today for women was know your worth. And she got up there very teary-eyed of knowing your worth. And she said she's saying that as much for her as for everyone else listening, is to value who you are, to know your worth, ask for the raise, ask for the promotion, ask for the family, ask for whatever it is. She says even if it's a whisper, you ask, and you know your worth, and you keep going. Because she said she's 57 years old, and never in her lifetime did she think she would ever get such an honor. And then Savannah Guthrie told the story of she got her first big break in broadcasting. It was her and 3 others in a newsroom, and it was a newsroom of 4. And she went right into editing and writing and production for 10 days. And the owner of the station came by and closed the station. She said so she could tell that young girl that it was going to be okay, who sat on her bed crying, that she was a failure, if she knew then what she knows now. So again, the message is know your worth, have faith, and you keep going.
It's funny because we talked about when you fail at something, is it a failure?
Right?
Or is it just a lesson learned for
finding the opportunity.
for the bigger and more better prestigious tomorrow?
But I think knowing your worth for everyone is a huge message. I say especially for women. Have a seat. Good morning to you.
It's yes. It's a fascinating deal because of everything that's going on today. You know, everything. You see the abortion stuff again, that's all over the place.
I can't even believe we live in
23
the state.
states.
We live in the state that has the most restrictive challenges to Roe v. Wade in over 30 years.
Well,
the state that we
But
live
I'm
in.
going to make you more upset.
Thank you.
There is a rumor that Roe Wade in July, in summer, is going to be overturned. Now,
On a national level?
yep, and then the states will have to determine what they want to do for themselves. And they won't have any more federal protection. It's the rumor. Doesn't mean that I'm right. Doesn't mean that the people who told me are right. It's just what I heard on the news today.
I'm guessing they're making the abortion. I'm guessing what's going on from the conversation. They're making abortion illegal.
Correct.
Oh, lovely.
Well, the ruling that just passed was 15 weeks. And
Now let's talk about this for a second. 15 weeks is the first trimester.
Well, 12 essentially, yes. So
Right,
you're
but
going into your
15.
second trimester,
Okay.
correct.
So by then you would have made up your mind to have an abortion, especially if there's incest or rape or something catastrophic. Is it fair to say? Is that a fair statement to make?
That was my initial thought when I heard this ruling. And then I was informed that is the thought of the haves. The haves that have health insurance. The haves that can seek medical care when they need it. The haves that are in a psychological space to make that rational decision, whether you choose or not. Then I was alerted to the side of those that don't have access to medical care.
But what are you going to do? Have an abortion at the 14th week?
Those that don't know they're pregnant.
For 14 weeks? By 14 weeks, you're throwing up all over the place and doing whatever it is that
That was
happens.
my assumption also, based on my past pregnancies, but I was told that this is a huge, and I'm Slick, I'm going to ask you because different cultures, different beliefs, right?
Yeah, correct. Even with mine, like, I wouldn't think, like, we wouldn't look too kindly to abortion. I mean, I know there's, like, factors of, like, being raped or incest, but I don't think in my culture I haven't seen any incest. I heard about rape, but, like, everybody keeps that on the hush-hush for, like, if they do, like, something like an abortion, but...
Do you know that rape and incest are not even carved out in this ruling? They're
I-
not even made that this is an option beyond 15 weeks.
Correct.
Because, again, let's get back to the
I
question
just
at
feel like
hand.
this shouldn't even be on a ballot with
Agreed.
weird guys voting over it. It should be just like a principle of choice for the woman or the partner that is getting this baby. Like this shouldn't be on a political stance.
Correct.
It-
I agree with you.
The problem I have is that you can have the death penalty in the state for a felon,
Correct.
but you can't. But you're going to say that abortion is a felony. Is what they're saying. They're saying, and there's a state. I think it's Oklahoma. Somebody just passed. If you perform an abortion from day one, it's a felony.
See, and what happens now is it's not the woman that will be held accountable if she so chooses to have the abortion.
It's the guy now.
No,
it's
it's
the
the doctor.
physician.
Position.
It's
doctor.
the physician that
That's
they're going to
nice.
go against.
So what's going to end up happening in the 70s, in the 60s and the 70s, when abortion was illegal, they had them in the back room of restaurants and bakeries and alleyways, and women were bleeding to death because they were using hangers.
I
They were
can't
using.
believe we're actually going back to this conversation.
We're going back to the stupidity of the reason we came, Rose versus Wade. One of the reasons was to protect the female and what they were doing. See, the problem I have with this whole conversation is that you're taking choice out, but
Correct,
you can eliminate somebody's dictating choice,
Yeah.
Right.
and that isn't fair either. I'm not saying that it's right, wrong, or indifferent. I'm
You
just
should have
saying
your choice.
you should have choice.
Agreed.
And by the end of 15 weeks, you should know you're pregnant. But if you're telling me not, I'm not a woman. I don't know.
That was my thought as well. Now, apparently, they've got the over-the-counter Plan B, which is the oral birth control pill, and that is good up until 10 weeks, so that you can take that. I don't know how it works. It was after my time of doing that, and then 10 to 13. But then I hear some rulings on 13 weeks, some at 15 weeks. You would think at 15 weeks you would know, but. And then it is the viability of the fetus, the danger, and all of those other things. So I guess genetic malformities and genetic anomalies, they're saying is okay beyond 15 weeks, because sometimes you don't know that. Sometimes you don't have that genetic testing until a certain time. You don't know if the fetus is okay, the baby.
So the country will go to war over being mandated to wear a mask. Okay? They'll go to war for that. And then when the mandate comes that abortions are illegal, they won't go to war for
I
that.
don't know. Let's see what happens.
Well,
I
Florida
haven't seen
just.
any protests. Have you, Slick?
No.
Oh, I seen protests.
I
Not
haven't
to the
seen it.
degree
In
that they were
Florida.
over masks.
No.
Oh no, they just extended on an airline that you have to wear the mask now another 2 months, another 2 weeks.
to get past this holidays. And I don't mind that, because this is a huge travel weekend between Easter and Passover and spring break.
But
and-
Dawn, after you get over this travel weekend, there's gonna be other weekends.
I know airlines are packed, right?
You've been cooped up for 2 years. What do you think is gonna happen? The other problem is that we have a new
Variant.
variant, and it's kicking some butt. And I know it's in New York now.
It's everywhere. It really is everywhere, right?
I just started in New York. Yeah, it's everywhere.
Now, have you noticed? Did you hear what Linda told you yesterday? She's been telling me this all day. We've gone from 21 seconds of washing your hands down to under 10.
She was telling me.
And you know something? She's right. I have a timer, and I went on the norm.
Yeah.
9.7 seconds. Even I am guilty. You got to go back to 21.
Try washing your hands.
Try washing your face. Try washing everything.
Well, Gina did that last night on air. She washed her face. She put on cream. I gave her a lot of credit for doing that last
Great
night.
show last
I
night.
have to tell you, I don't know many women that would do what she did, as open and authentically as she did, living life well with Gina Bella. She washed her face on set. No
And I
makeup.
put a camera so close on her.
I can't believe
you could see.
did that.
Why?
And she said nothing.
Yes.
I said to her, enough of doing it your way. We're going to do it my way. And it worked. It was a great show. The numbers were there.
Were they better?
Oh my God, yes. Because she's actually showing what it is she's trying to say.
Yeah. It's a nice product. It felt really nice on
And
my
you
hands.
didn't have any makeup on. I thought it was a great segment. Right?
That was me 12 hours later running production in here.
Slick was in here applauding. He was like, wow, look at
No,
her.
that shot was like, I have to commend Gina because that
Right?
shot, that second shot, I didn't know you were going for that. Until
I was
it
going for it,
camera two,
baby.
camera two.
I have to say, there's no one better at production than you, which is why there always needs to be someone on the floor running camera.
Yeah.
I think I proved
To
that
see
point
that shot.
yesterday.
Who would you prove it to? Me and Slick. Well, we know that.
Yeah.
Then
It's
I shall
proving it
continue to
together.
do it until other people catch on. Or if they don't, they don't.
And Alana had a great show. We were here late last night doing some music. Did you see the amount of hits that
Yeah.
mom got on Instagram? This
Yeah.
morning it was up to, I think, 1,500. I don't
Why
know.
are
what it's at
you
now.
Why are you surprised?
I'm not surprised, but it's just amazing to me that people want to hear and see the music.
Well, that lady came in from Orlando just to be her daughter to be
For her
on
daughter to be on tap.
taps, and I thought we owed it to her to try.
So I might have a new release for you guys.
We got a new release.
I've got a new musician I'm trying to get down here. It's my nephew.
Okay.
And I
Your
said,
nephew?
"Do you write your own music?" And he says, "Yeah."
Does he have a cut?
He says he's working on it.
Yeah.
Like, then you
Send
need
it.
to
Let's
come
do
down.
this.
He says, "I've been waiting to get into a studio to record. You will really let me record in your studio?"
Let's go.
I don't know. There's something wrong with this whole scenario.
Because nobody knows what I do for a living.
Do it.
Is that what it
They
is?
have no idea. My family
Wow.
does not know what I do for a living.
What do you do for a living?
No clue. And my Orlando family, where he lives,
Mm-hmm.
no idea what I do for a living. So I invited my nephew down, and he was lit. He's hilarious. He's a very good-looking, I think he's 21-year-old, UCF, and wants to play music. He's an actor. He plays music. Not much of a, doesn't love college so much. So
Oh, he's
wants to
like a
break into
Cole?
the music industry. Yes.
Is he a C-bum too?
No, he likes music. But it's
He's
funny
a
that he's
band
my
bum.
nephew because he's so different.
Let's do it.
But he's a cool kid. So he's like, he's going to come down.
Yesterday, was it yesterday when the lady got lost next door? Or was
Yes,
that?
that was yesterday.
Yesterday. It was. It feels like it was 3 days ago. She comes in here. She was supposed to get next door. She was lost. She came in here, and I say to her, "I know you." And Dawn always says, "You always say that.
You
You
always
always say it." But I didn't know her, and I knew the band, and I knew that she was at Johnny Brown's about 3 years ago. She says, "Oh my God, were you there?" I says, "Yes, I was." So she starts to sing. Wow.
Oh, right standing
Coming
right
back.
there in the lobby in the
That's
corner.
nice.
Wow, what a voice this lady has. I says, I gotta get you back. But this one didn't take the number, and I
She
had to
wouldn't
do
give me her
even.
number. She took my card and she said, "I'll reach out to you." But she
Yeah.
came in looking for next door.
Correct.
And she says, "What do you do? What do you all do here?" And I told her, she said, "Oh, no wonder you're all so nice here. You don't question why I'm standing at your door." I said, "No, we welcome everyone." I thought she was a guest that you booked in.
I thought it was a guest you booked. I says, Dawn's in there. And she looked at me. What?
So, and Ivy had a great show yesterday. It's been a lot of nice productions.
Yeah.
She did a nice deal with her daughter, which was a nice flip to the script. Interesting. It was fun. A lot of stuff happened yesterday. A lot of good stuff. Steve-O last night went back to the restaurant business.
Nice.
Yeah, Chima and the Greek Taverna, the two owners, were on the air, which was nice. He did a different ensemble there. Everybody's changing. I looked at social media, and a lot of people that have been missing for 2 years all of a sudden are coming back. And it looks like they have changed how they deliver. We'll see how that works out.
A new
Interesting.
commercial, Spa Facial by Maria, that was approved. That's going to be airing on Hulu. So we need to get that film today, convert it to all of the conversions that she needs.
Well, I need it.
Salsa will be in later.
Okay.
So she'll be in soon, actually. I told her to bring it, so we're going to send that over.
And we did the promo for our show up in Boston.
Tell me about the Boston situation.
I tell you, I got a lot of friends
Share.
in Boston. Now, all of a sudden, they hear that we're going to Boston.
Slick, we'll leave you here. I know. It's
Slick's hometown.
It's a conundrum for you
He's
there.
not allowed to go.
I know. We're going to leave
You know,
Slick
you're
here.
such a wuss. I got to tell you. You got to stand up and
He's
say.
gonna tell the story. Tell the
You
story.
I'm
go
gonna
with-
leave you here with
Tell the
Slick.
You go here with Slick.
I'm gonna go with Slick.
You're going to stay here with Slick.
Oh boy.
So WCAP, it's not a big station, but it does reach Boston. And the object of the game is that we're going to be working hopefully with BioLife and Gubba, who's up in Boston, to bring South Florida to
Wait,
a little bit of
What do
Boston.
you mean by BioLife? I'm curious.
It's a company that we did Friday. We did a
On wellness. I actually
We did
spoke to
on
Joe
wellness.
yesterday. Joe Krieger from Boston BioLife. We have a client whose husband is looking for some functional medicine guidance.
what did he tell
to deal
you?
with some chemotherapy issues. He connected me with a gentleman who is in this regenerative medicine space, and I'm going to reach out to him this morning.
It's interesting how all of this stuff comes around because there is some other news that I don't know if I'm even allowed to announce yet, but the EcoTrack,
Eco Trail Tracker.
that one. With Paul, it looks like we have a conditional deal on the table, and there's a couple of things we have to iron out. But he has certain deals working throughout the country, and the first stop looks to be Massachusetts. So how do you like all of those coincidences?
Love it.
Can have the Boston Tea Party, the
Some
Brooklyn
lobster.
Cafe Coffee Party.
Get some lobster from Boston.
Do you like lobster?
Yeah,
I do.
a lobster tail.
You like lobster, Freddie?
I love it, but I never understood a lobster tail. Because it's only,
the
it's only,
lobster.
yeah, but
It's
it's
that
like
much,
2
just
bites and
a
it's
little-
done.
yeah,
It's $50
that's all it
bucks.
is, yeah.
I don't know. That's not a good business deal for me.
It's not.
I like lobster tail. Can I have some?
Like surf and turf? Do you do that?
All the time.
Do you?
Oh, I love some surf and turf.
If you go to, this one's always eating.
This
If-
one loves food.
This
so.
one's fun. She'll eat it
Oh, you-
frozen.
Oh, you got that right. But
If-
you want frozen.
If you go, food. If
Yeah,
you,
I'll eat it.
if
I
you
know.
go to, what was that restaurant I went next to P.F. Chang?
Alexander's?
Alexander's. They have a 16-ounce steak that you can mix surf and turf.
Absolutely.
And what I did was I cut that steak in half because that had to go home. So I had an 8-ounce steak, which is still a lot.
I was going to say, based on yesterday's conversation, it should have been cut in quarters, a 4-ounce steak.
No, she didn't say that. She says you can eat as much as you want. You just proportionately have to average it.
Yes.
If you can-
have the steak.
If you are fasting all day, you'll fit an 8. If you're not fasting all day, I will go to 6.
So then you have the leftovers. The key is to cut it, pack it away.
You take that steak with you the
And take it
next
with
day.
you.
You know what you do with it?
My son would make a skillet, Slick.
You take that egg with some eggs.
Reading my mind, 'cause I would have
Potatoes
done-
and eggs.
That's
Oh
what Aaron
my.
would do.
It's
God.
like with me and pasta, when they give me like a big pasta like dish, I'm like, okay, half of this is going here. You know?
You like pasta, right? Because you eat a lot of mac and cheese.
Yeah. Oh no, not a lot. No.
No,
No?
he had fried chicken yesterday, mashed potatoes. And
My God,
Cajun
did you
gravy.
eat all that chicken? You're going to turn into a chicken if you ate all that chicken. You did?
Look at his metabolism. How would you do that? That's an amazing situation.
Just flushes.
The metabolism of youth is what I'm telling you, Freddie.
Just flushes right.
I know, right?
You too. You're
some
another
days
one.
It's not that good. Some days it does. I got a check engine light down here.
Me, I look at her granola
I see
bar
what
on the
you eat
scale,
sometimes.
Granola, and it goes
I
up.
gotta
You
check
guys
into
eat
the
like
heat.
unbelievable.
Yeah, but you start at sub-zero. So if you gain 1 ounce, that's not a lot. You can eat. I wish I had your metabolism. And I wish I had your craziness because it makes your metabolism run. I was gonna ask you. I want to change your title. What is your title right now?
They my cards say floor and a distribution director. You can have me as music.
I want to do musical director.
Gotcha.
Can we do that?
Yeah, we can.
Is that all right?
Yeah, because I wanted to change out my cards. So.
Well, I want to do that today because I want to introduce you to the Rhythm Chicks. I want to make sure that we go out there and fix everything that needs to be fixed.
Gotcha.
On point. We set up 3. I'm
Glad you
excited.
fixed that last night. I think it was a test.
It was, yeah.
I knew what it was. I wanted him to figure it out. The gray wire is a one-way wire. You had it going the wrong way.
I don't know. I didn't use the gray wire. We had an HDMI, but it was all the way with all the other wires. And if you guys been to this studio, it's a lot of spaghetti. Depending on.
Can
what
we
you
clean
use.
that up?
Slick's
Yeah,
corner.
we can clean that up.
Maybe label it.
Yeah, it was just a loose HDMI wire.
I thought you were doing it on purpose to test Alana's patience, which she has
I
none.
just felt like, I mean, I'll tell you guys after the show. Like,
Did you hear what she told me?
I was.
What'd she tell you?
That Freddie doesn't listen. I just gave her the evil eye. I looked at him and went like this. Really?
Shit.
It's her guess, and I'm trying to accommodate her guess, and she tells me that.
Freddie doesn't listen because he's too charming
She
for
said
that.
Too charming.
Too charming.
That's a strong eye look that you guys give each other.
These
Looks
two?
can kill, yeah.
So let me ask you guys a question. Today, a day of faith, right? We're in Holy Week. We're going
And so she throws in the
into-
faith day
We're
today.
going into a
Yes.
big weekend. It is a
Yes.
full moon tonight.
Yes.
It
Just
is.
so you know, that is a full pink moon as we go into all of
Day of peace.
a day of peace. Do you think it's easier or harder right now for people to keep the faith?
Much harder.
I don't know, honestly.
Do you believe in faith and a bigger spiritual presence?
In a way, yeah.
Well, there's 2 types of things. Faith is one thing, and religion is another.
Yes.
Define.
no.
Well, what about religion versus spirituality?
Yeah,
Does
spirituality.
spirituality
3
faith?
things. No, 2
They're
different things.
What's the difference between faith and spirituality?
Faith means that you believe in something bigger than you, and a lot of people have a hard time with that. And spirituality means that you believe in the essence of frequencies, of things being raised up to a certain frequency and you perform better. But it doesn't necessarily mean it's because of God.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I never thought of it like that. What do you think, Slick?
I think they're kind of like the same, faith and spirituality. It's just, I just know, I'll say a lot of my generation break up from like, I'll say religious standpoints from being Jewish or being Catholic or being Adventist. A lot of people, not saying that they run out of the church. I still go back or I still listen, and I got a couple friends that still go back to church. But spirituality is kind of like, you know, there's somebody higher than you, and you're not trying to be in the nonsense of the church. I mean, church is good, but there's a lot of nonsense in the church.
There's a lot of politics in religion.
Yeah.
Well, you know, when you run a multi-quadruple billion-dollar business, there's going to be a lot of politics in anything. It doesn't matter what it is.
Politics and business to pay their bills.
Do you know that during World War II, who was the number one producer and owner of tobacco?
Oh.
The Vatican?
That's right. You know why? What happens during wartime when you get nervous? What do? You smoke.
I've never thought of faith and spirituality as two separate things.
Absolutely.
To me, faith is spirituality that, for me, I believe in a higher presence, more than one presence, right? I believe in a lot of angels and all the spirituality, so I keep my faith in that. But you think of it as two different things. And then religion to me is a whole nother side of it. It's a bigger, it's a calling, you define yourself by a religion. But then I think you can be spiritual if you don't believe in religion.
You know, it's funny.
Do you think you can be religious and not have spirituality?
Sure.
So one thing is not reliant on the other.
Well, you
They
have
stand separate.
Orthodox Jews that are very religious to God. Okay, they don't believe that Jesus was the Messiah. They're still waiting for the Messiah, and they believe that in God. They pray more than any human being I've ever seen in my life.
Correct.
They pray all the time, which takes them to a higher frequency. They're not going to tell you it's spirituality. They're going to
Then
tell you
it's
it's religion. But I know the difference in my world. I can see it. So, you know, I don't tell you have to believe in God or Jesus or Mary or Joseph or anybody. You're saying the first thing you got to believe in is in yourself. Because if you ain't got that, then what are we going to talk about? What are we going to talk about if you ain't got that?
You got to believe in yourself. You have to love yourself first.
That's right. And
You
that's
have
the
to know
hardest
your
love in the
worth,
world.
right?
That's the hardest love in the world. You got to be able to say, I love you, right to yourself in the mirror. And until the day you do that, we got nothing to talk about. Nothing. I'll be here when you come down. See, I look at life as everybody in a parachute coming down to reality. And sooner or later, you're going to land. Some of us come down with no parachute. And sooner or later, you're going to land. Sooner or later, something's going to happen in your life that's going to change things for you. Whether it's a sick child, a mom and dad that recovers, something, a message. But will you see it? Because if you don't see it, then spirituality, religion, all of this stuff makes no difference.
The message received.
And today, for Catholics, of that whole agenda, and I am Catholic, we believe that today is Holy Friday, is the day of looking at one another and saying, you know, whether you believe in Christ or not, whether you believe in Christ the man or not. He sacrificed himself for the greater good of man to make a point. And the funny thing about all of this
I don't
is
think it was to make a point. I think
Hold
he
on,
felt that
let me
was
finish.
his calling. No?
Well, let me finish. If you look at history, the Bible is the number one book ever sold. If you look at history and I say to you, do you know Jesus? I don't mean do you know him. I mean, have you heard of him? 9 out of 10, 9.9% out of 10 is yes. Mission accomplished. He never said that you had to follow him. He asked you to follow his belief of loving one another. And that's your call. You decide how to do that. You decide how to do that. And he decides on how to do that. He doesn't tell you, right? I mean, the 10 Commandments, that's the old scripture. That's your people.
We are all my people.
Those are your people. They're all your people.
We were all one people at one point.
Well,
in
isn't
time.
that a kick in the head?
Because like pastors still use Old Testament
Sure.
for me, so.
But isn't that a kick? The Catholics protect Christ, who is Jewish, and the Jews are still waiting for the Messiah. To me, that is just the funniest deal when you had all these wars and everything over religion.
But it seems to me that we persecuted ourselves.
I think we do a fine job doing that
We
now.
persecuted ourselves, which is why Christ was persecuted by his own people, by the Jewish people, by the priests, by the higher priests, and why we all can't now come together in religions as we all started with one to come together and do this. I don't understand.
But what about all the lessons that whole thing showed? Think about it. Anger, jealousy, all of that stuff is in there. All of it. Even the Virgin Mary. When I was a kid and I went to Catholic school, and they said, born of the Virgin Mary, I went and I said to the nun, who happened to be a beautiful woman, I was in love with her. I says, I guess it's illegal or sacrilegious for me to be in love with you. And she said, no, you can love me. She meant it innocently. I said, oh, no, I got the hots for you.
You were what, 12?
13. But she was beautiful. And she tried to explain to me Virgin Mary. Now, there's a lot of definition in the word Virgin Mary. Don't take it for it verbatim, Virgin Mary. You got to think about, you got to use this sometimes to understand what it is we're talking about.
But I think most people take it verbatim.
With the dumb. Stupid pick stupid.
I think people take it for verbatim of she was a virgin and she had a son.
Yes.
Am I right? People take it
But that's
verbatim.
not what was meant. I'll give you another example because I bring everything back to the art of baseball. The game of baseball is life.
Opening season today.
The
right?
Mets.
Opening day.
Oh, my shoes. Where are my
They're
shoes?
over there in the back.
Oh, I gotta take. I'm gonna take those shoes with me on the set today.
Are
So
you barefoot again?
no, I'm gonna be changing because the Mets have opening day. So so baseball, play ball. So baseball, they don't let the pitchers have anything but rosin now. They took away all the sticky substance. So all of a sudden, you're hitting everybody in the head because you got no control of the ball. Now, they put mud on these balls in November, and they store them away somewhere, so they become very slick. Right? Now, you ever seen a baseball batter have gloves and pine tar and all this stuff to hold on to that bat? Because if that bat flies, it could kill you. A baseball is even more dangerous. So Buck Showalter yesterday made a good point. Dumb picking dumber. He used stupid, but I don't like that word. Stupid picking stupider. Because if you take away the ability to use it, you're going to get somebody hurt. And that's what's happening right now in religion. If you take away certain things, people are going to replace it with stupidity. Abortion. Bad decision making. When you take away the practicality of truth, you replace it with the most insane stupidity things you've ever seen.
It's amazing. Slick, what are you doing this weekend?
Me, I think I'm gonna be mostly hanging out with a couple friends. So you guys met Brio yesterday.
He's a nice guy.
Yeah.
Where'd you meet him?
Brio's an old friend of mine.
They went to school together.
Where did you meet him, in school?
Yeah, in school, but he works now. He works a lot.
Like middle school, they went to school together. They grew
Middle
up together,
school,
right?
I met him in middle school.
You hang out a lot with him?
I'll say now, yeah, cause like
Now? What do you mean? What happened before?
before I was in Boston,
Ah.
I kind of left all my Florida friends down here. To be honest, I only connect with them through social media. So me and Brio, and this other guy named Jobo, we kind of hang out.
Jobo?
Yeah.
Did you tell me your
these are
name
all
is...
nicknames. These are all nicknames.
He told me he was your friend before you were Slick.
Yeah. When I was junior, like
Did
he
you-
met,
were
he
cheap?
met me. He met me before. Like I say I only picked up a camera. I never like went behind a microphone or anything.
Did you tell him that your new name now is going to be Babaluski?
Oh, I didn't tell him that, but he likes the name Slick. At a point in time, Brio shout out like he wanted to be like Brio
wants to be-
Slick.
Really?
Yeah.
He likes the name
He
Slick?
like the name, yeah.
Oh.
My friends do like the name. They're like, or say my genuine friends because I can use friends so loosely, but like my genuine friends.
Wow, we got genuine friends online.
What's your mom doing for Easter? Does she have a big Easter dinner or lunch?
Oh no, not at all. Like with Easter, with us, we don't really celebrate Easter like that. I'll say we observe it more, but Saturday she's gonna be doing a big service.
Do you
I
get...
think she's gonna go to Sinai in Fort
Do,
Lauderdale.
do you get more religious
That's
on
church.
Holy Friday?
No, I don't get more religious. Like We observe like the Jewish holidays, but I can't say we celebrate it.
The Jewish holidays, but you're a 7-day Adventist.
Yeah.
Right. So you guys celebrate almost Passover
Yeah.
and the Jewish
Really?
holidays.
I didn't know that.
It's really
We
interesting.
don't celebrate like Easter or like it's shunned that we would celebrate. Christmas.
Shunned?
Yeah. I'm so serious. Like we can't celebrate Christmas. Like we would look.
Gotta celebrate Christmas. I need gifts.
No, true, but that's the whole point.
So how do you celebrate tomorrow night? What do you do?
Tomorrow night, she's just basically gonna cook, and then she's gonna have, I'll say, everybody over just to eat tomorrow.
Well, your mother's a gift any day, not only Christmas.
But that's
so.
all. That's all she. I'll say that's regularly what she does. Me, her sisters do.
Dawn is cooking tomorrow for 27 people. Congratulations. Very proud of you.
Actually, no. Dawn is picking up the food at 2nd Street Bagels in Delhi tomorrow, and they are cooking.
Cole, are
for-
you
for
cooking?
people.
Are you cooking?
But
No, I'm not.
Do you celebrate Easter or anything like
Yeah, I
that?
celebrate Easter.
Where you going?
Over time, like my grandparents are very, very religious. My parents used to be very religious, but it's kind of on the downside. We don't go to a church as much as we should. I don't really have like a religion for myself. Like I believe.
Now, you had a bad accident, right?
Yeah. I broke my back.
And here you are
very,
walking.
Very close from dying.
You're a walking miracle.
Yes,
If
ma'am.
there's anybody here who should say thank you this Easter, it would be you.
Yeah, I mean, so for Easter, I'm gonna go home tomorrow probably, and I'm gonna try to. So I have like an open door policy at my house, and we try to bring in like my friends that are going home for Easter, or like they live in like Pennsylvania or something like that. They'll just come over to my house and we'll do like dinner, like steak, or go out or something like that. But it's always super fun going over there. We usually do this thing where we hide beers for my parents, or they hide beers for us, and it's like an Easter egg hunt, but for
With beer?
alcohol.
I like that.
I like
That's
that.
fun.
Yeah.
We want to do the. Are we gonna do the word game today?
We can.
We'll do a word. We'll let Cole pick it. A word game today. When you pick it, you have to have a drink, and you have to say the word. You have to drink.
Okay.
Israel told me we're not allowed to drink today.
Israel's not allowed to drink.
It's Good Friday. That's what he said.
Israel, that's his faith.
He says, but every day's a Good Friday.
That's
so
right. Listen, we got some people I want to say good morning to. You got
none of mine are showing up, so I'm going to let you do this. And Bailey, what are you doing while Freddie finds the chat? You celebrate Passover?
Hmm?
Are you having Seder at all?
Maybe. I think so, yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Are you cooking, or you just eating?
I'm
It's
just
just-
eating.
So that's all you got to worry
I
about.
heard from Alana that like you guys don't eat pasta.
You can't have bread.
Can't have bread.
See that?
Anything that's
But pasta's
risen
not
Couldn't
bread.
do that. You can
I didn't
sign
know
me up
that.
on that.
was not made with. Here's the interesting
Flour.
thing. It can't be made with flour, and it can't have risen because it's about the exodus from Egypt, and the bread did not have time to rise when the Jewish people left. However, matzah is made with flour.
No, they have
Matzah meal.
anti-flour.
So I always have this question as to understanding. So it's not the flour, it's the yeast. So it can't have risen. So if a product has yeast in it, including beer,
You can't have beer
you're
either.
not supposed to have it. It's anything with yeast.
You guys have it tough.
So
Listen,
the more things you learn.
Charlotte, how are you, Charlotte?
Hi,
I
Charlotte.
don't cook. I coordinate. She
She's
coordinates.
one of my people.
One of your people. And again, I guess you say happy Passover,
Happy
right?
Passover, yep.
And then we
They
have.
say Hag Sameach, actually.
I'm sorry, Haga what?
Hag Sameach.
Haga what?
Sameach.
Hag Sameach.
Hag Sameach means
Are
happy
you Jewish?
Passover.
I just
You say it very well.
thanks.
Andrea says good morning. Good morning to Andrea. And she got the message. You know, it's really funny because on a religious day, we all get religious. Like you said, we don't go to church as much. You know, church is in you every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just have to bring it all together in one building.
True.
I was an altar boy for a long time. That's what I learned out of that whole experience. And we have Mr. Schlepp.
Mr. Schnebley?
Yes.
I almost posted that show for tomorrow on the Kids Network. It's such a good show with Jay Harmon. It looks like you can't post a show about wine on the Kids channel on a Saturday morning. So we should bring Johnny up and do another show here.
We should, and we should talk about some other things that we want to do as well. Now that things are beginning to get a little bit back to normal, JC actually opened up the show. We're going to be promoting her music as well, so you're going to see a little bit more of her as well. She has a great voice. And I had a dream that JC did a duet with Salsa.
You told me that, so we have to get that.
It's really
Me, I
weird.
haven't heard my song yet.
We haven't
Where
seen it
is
edited
where
yet.
is your
It's like,
where's the jingle?
Where's the jingle?
It should be. What is it? I haven't worked on it. I haven't touched it.
Can we work on it?
Yeah,
He's
we
got a
work
couple
on it.
things to
Yeah.
do today. God bless you.
You just scared the bajillions out of me. The jingle was actually pretty good.
Well, you finished your film,
It
right?
took me 10 minutes. No. So I've done 4 rough drafts now. I'm starting on my second film right now, and oh my gosh, it's so much editing.
Editing is part of the game.
Yeah, and I'm definitely loving it because I'm getting better every time I'm editing. Like I'm learning new like quick tricks to go faster. But I'm on my second film right now for another one of my kids at my school, and yeah, it's their films are great. They're super amazing. They're beautiful. I'll show you guys later, but it's super fun. I'm almost done. I got I think 2.5 weeks of like schoolwork, and then out of here. I'm out of school.
You're not gonna get your masters?
No way. I'm done with school. I've always hated school. I've never been good at it. I'm just doing it because I was fortunate enough to have a parent that.
It's funny when you get a salary and they say if we pay you to get your masters, they're gonna pay for you to go to school, and you look at the numbers, the amount of money you make. All of a sudden, you fall in love with school.
I still would not go to school.
Really?
I'm horrible at school. Like I don't want to think about like learning. Like people will talk to you for 2 hours. That's something you could learn for like 10 minutes on YouTube. Like I've learned most of my like editing, like film stuff was mostly from YouTube. I
What
taught
you
myself.
should do is you should create YouTube University.
YouTube University.
Yes, so you
I
have
have a
to
thing already, but that is I like the name.
YouTube you.
YouTube you, but
YouTube
I'm
you.
saying you create it, right? And you give them the things that they want to learn. You give them the videos they have to watch, and they got to fill something out, and you
Yeah.
give them a degree.
Yeah, there you go. Cole's degree.
Cole's degree. What are you doing for Easter? You got something fun planned.
I'm going to Buster Brown's.
Dave and Buster's.
Oh, Dave and Buster's.
You are?
Buster Brown. I'm going to Dave and Buster's with my grandkids and their parents.
That's awesome.
Beautiful.
Yeah, that's awesome. David Buster's rocks.
That's awesome.
What am I going to do at Dave and Buster's?
You're gonna spend time with your grandsons.
Basketball,
Everything.
drink.
They got a huge bar at David
You can
Buster's.
drink some more and play more basketball.
I'm a
And good food.
diabetic. I can't drink that much, so here we go with that. So what do you do with a 3 and a 4-year-old?
They got
You
good food.
let them play games.
Let them play skee ball.
I
There's
love
a lot
skee
of-
ball.
Skee ball is that thing you throw with
You must
the.
love skee ball, like from Coney Island.
Yeah.
No, I haven't played skee ball in 15 years.
I love
We
skee
have
ball.
that.
One of
What
my
else they got?
favorites.
They
I
got
haven't been Dave Buster's
basketball.
since
They
I was
have
16.
games that you
But
just
these are
sit
things
in.
that you. I'm gonna what?
Yeah, you could just sit.
What
in
about
and
your
you can
nephew? What do you
shoot.
do with him?
Mostly we go to arcades. And
How old is your nephew?
My nephew's 4. He loves to go to the beach to outside. He's a very social person.
Yeah, he leaves his clothes everywhere.
How old's your
Very
nephew?
social.
4.
No,
Oh my
like
god.
when he goes to the beach and we park, and like his sister's like, "Why are you taking off your shirt now?" He takes off everything and he just darts
To the beach.
Yeah, and then he's like, "Hold this, hold this, hold this."
Right? He does the
legend.
things
But he
he's
doesn't
seen.
go that far though.
So you guys have been to Dave and Buster's. What do you do? You're adults. What do you
Like,
do
you
there?
could play this game. It's like a jump rope game, or Dance Dance
Oh, yeah, it
Revolution.
is.
You
Yeah.
can
Oh,
do
I'd
that.
love to see Freddie on
Yeah,
Dance Dance
me too.
Revolution.
Oh my god.
That we should rent.
What, the
and
thing
bring
with
to
the stars on the
studio.
floor?
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah, I did that one time and I threw out my hip. I ended up in ER.
Someday, I'll go. I'll
All right, take it easy. Just take it easy.
Dave
I'm
and
still
Buster's?
trying to learn
There's
Dave
a
Buster's
dot
would be
game.
awesome. That'd
Like
be
there's a
super
dot game that you do. Like it's
a
like,
dart
A
game.
dot. Like.
Oh
basically
yeah,
you're
like
in a light up.
hit
We
the
gotta hit
hit
it.
the
We gotta
squirrel.
Hit it.
The ones that light up.
All right, so far I haven't heard
Sure, why not?
anything that
You
I'm
get
gonna be
tickets, you could win a
doing
sloth.
with my grandkids.
You could win a sloth and get the tickets. It's like an indoor carnival.
There must be something wrong with me.
There's a lot to do.
I don't
with
find
it.
any of that
You
fun.
like go karts?
It's because you're.
They don't
I
have
love
those.
go-karts.
They don't have those. But
Well, thank
Boomers
you.
does.
This is why you have to go back to school. Yes, I love go karts. Well, they don't have them. Well, thank you very much.
But like you guys can change up your plans if you want to do go karts. Go to Boomers and then.
Boomers, or there's this.
They're
one
not
thing
even.
in
They're not next to
Fort
each other.
Lauderdale, it's called-
Not
This is
even
in
close.
Fort Lauderdale.
Oh.
We need to go to.
Oh no,
Extreme
but you can go to
Extreme.
F1 Extreme
Rollerblading.
Indoor.
I've done F1 Extreme. It's $40 a road, and I came in 3rd place, and I started screaming. The guy threw
You
me
know
out the
what?
building.
I think you're turning into like an older.
No,
person.
but I don't know what to do with a 3 or 4-year-old.
You walk around with them and they
I'm
go.
trying to find out.
Pop, can we have mac and cheese? Pop up, I want ice cream.
They
Pop
gotta
up,
have-
let's walk. They're happy just walking around and
Yes.
touching things.
Is that your
Seriously.
name, Pop Pop?
That's what they call me.
That's what my grandpa's. My
My
grandpapa's
Pop-Pop.
names.
I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna do. Do I buy them cake? Do I buy
You
them?
don't have to.
What do I get 'em? What do I get
They're
them?
gonna have like chicken nuggets and mac and cheese, and you enjoy the day.
Mac
And
and
they-
cheese balls.
And they're gonna
always.
jump into that pool of balls that have.
Tell Linda to bring alcohol.
They don't have
Spray them down.
They took those away, right?
Yeah,
It's
well,
full of bacteria.
I used to work with kids, and we would go to this little thing on the side of, not thing on the side of the road, but like it was like a little play place for kids, and
On the side of a
they
road.
still had the ball thing, and it was like during COVID, so we're wearing masks in this ball, like it was just disgusting.
In the ball pit?
I
Disgusting.
can imagine.
Yeah.
And I used to love playing in ball pits when I was a kid.
It's disgusting.
I still kind of want to,
Couldn't do it.
even as an
Disgusting.
adult.
It's disgusting.
But I think the older, at least for me, the older I get, the more the meaning of the holiday changes.
I'm still trying to figure out what I'm going to be
Look, check this
You're
doing.
just
Check
going to
this
spend
out.
time with the family.
The kids are gonna come. They're gonna be so enticed by the neon lights and the flashing everything and money. Photo booth. You can go to a photo booth.
You got Chuck E. Cheese?
Yeah.
Chuck E. Cheese.
There's a photo booth in David Buster's. You can do like funny
I
photo
can't eat
booths with the
chicken. I
kids.
can't eat that. You know, there's just so
Don't
many
be-
things I can do.
Don't be that
Glass
grandpa.
half
Be the
full.
fun grandpa. Eat before you go if you can't eat their food. Take a sandwich with you.
Yeah.
Hey, Freddie, can we all go
Of
to
something.
Chuck E. Cheese?
The kids are gonna have fun regardless. Going there, they're gonna be like.
It's
"What is
just
this
about
place?"
spending time together with
How
family.
about
That's
how
what the
about
holiday
today
is.
we do a practice run? You pay.
It feels like the real thing anyway on Sunday. I pay. I'm still trying to figure this out.
It's
What
awesome.
am I supposed to do?
Just
You'll be
enjoy the
good.
day.
Trust me. I take my nephew to a movie. He strips. Okay.
And you walk
Somehow
out.
your hat
He
was
walks
in
out. The
your
kid left his clothes.
Bro, he took off
He
his
doesn't
jacket
realize
and
it.
my
Oh my
hat,
gosh.
And I'm like, okay, cool. I didn't.
They
even-
gave me the clothes 2 weeks later and says this kid left his clothes. I'm saying, yo, bro, your
They're just
nephew
happy
looks-
that they're there. If you get them a nice soda,
That's
not
hilarious.
not too much candy.
You see, but your nephew is calm.
Oh,
You
no.
saw my two grandsons come in
Yeah.
here. They destroyed the place.
Yeah.
So Freddie was pulling out his hair, saying they're gonna destroy your studio. I says, okay, let them. So if I go to Buster Brown's and they
You don't have to
destroy
worry
it,
about it. Let them.
Brown.
Buster Brown's is very happy to let them destroy it. Then it won't be the first
oh,
one.
I can have fun with that. Get destroyed. They have a rock wall or something they can climb.
Just let the kids run.
Yeah.
Tire them out.
They're known for their bars.
It's like when we tell Bailey to dance.
Bar and food. That sounds like an adult place, not a
They got
kid's
both.
place.
It's just right in the middle when you walk in.
It's best of both worlds.
Yeah.
It's Bobby Brown's.
And they
What were
have
you
some
saying?
nice
Buster
nachos.
Brown's.
Buster
That's
Brown's.
an old shoe store.
Bobby Brown's or
Buster,
Buster
Brown.
Brown's.
Oh,
They
Buster
have
Brown.
nice shoes.
They sent me a picture. Nikki sent me a picture of me standing in front of Buster
I
Brown's
saw
on 3rd
that.
Avenue.
That was you in there?
That was me.
No. I
You
was-
see the hair?
Yes, I can't believe that was you. Buster
I had a
Brown's.
lot of hair.
So funny with the Piragua man in front.
You know, we still
You were
didn't do the
in that
piragua.
picture?
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta
And
find
there was
it
the
again.
piragua guy in the front. Oh, Slick, I gotta
So
share that with you.
Piragua. All right, you ready to wrap this up?
Yes, we got a big day today.
We got a lot of things going on today, but most importantly, everyone, be happy, be safe, spend it with friends, spend it with family, and just keep the faith. And as Hoda Kotb says, know your worth. Stay tuned. We've got It All Starts With You with Eileen Limmelman coming at 11 o'clock. We've got our midday show with the Rhythm Chicks, Kenny Lovett, 3 o'clock, Florida Love Show. So a lot of great things. Have a great morning, everyone. We'll see you in a little bit.
And don't be late.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to the morning show. As I go now to fill my mug, which is completely empty, I'm coffeeed out.
Your cup runneth over.
No,
Have
company dry.
a great morning, everyone. Stay safe, be kind to each other. Tune in for all of our other morning shows coming from Ant Media Productions, and then our afternoon show at 12 o'clock.
And always join us for more fun and laughs, because you know, your day starts when you smile.
Have a great morning, and we'll see you in a little bit.
And don't be late.